All right, what's up, everybody? It's Austin, back at you with another episode of the Book of Austin, Life of Detours podcast. We are going to do a Solo Dolo today, and we're just going to kind of be chilling over here, dude. Because, and I'll say right now, I'm going to go through my little schedule here, and I'm going to tell you guys what's really good, what's really about to be going on with the podcast, but I am, in fact, drinking Angry Orchards right now, because my guest that I was supposed to have this week, she drinks Angry Orchards, and she didn't answer the phone. It kind of just blew me off. So, I'm drinking the beers that we were supposed to be drinking in her honor, but also a little fucking salty with you, dude. I mean, we're not friends or anything, but, like, not cool, bro. Yeah. I don't know. It's like, just understand where I'm coming from. It's like, fucking this is what I love to do. And, like, we talked about it. We're like, we're good this night. We're going to do this. You and fucking... You know who else, man? Both of y'all fucking goofy sons of bitches. Nah, I love you guys. But, seriously, if you want to be on the podcast, you're just going to have to show up at my place one time and just be like, let's do it right now, because I'm not going to set nothing else up with you, man. Done. Cutting it off, bro. You guys fucked up. But, having said that, I'm going to drink some more of this Angry Orchard. They're so sweet. I don't see how people can do that, dude. They're so sweet. But, I mean, like, really good. I think there's a fair amount of alcohol in there, is there? I think they're, like 5% or something like that? I mean, they'll probably get the job done, you know what I mean? So, that's what I'm dealing with on that front. That was supposed to be my episode for the week, but it just kind of gives me a good opportunity to sit down and talk to the people, just kind of one-on-one, man. It's been a while since I've done one of these. These are interesting ones for me because they bring me back to the days whenever I was just doing those weird update videos for the book and stuff like that, and like you just sit in front of a camera with a microphone by yourself and you just kind of riff straight off the dome, and that's what we're doing now. So good luck, everybody. But so I do want to bring up these dates that I have coming up, these awesome fucking podcasts that are about to go down. So because we missed James and Tatum, I'm outing you, James and Tatum, we're supposed to be this week. We're getting a Solo Dolo episode. That's dropping on the 7th, which is tomorrow, I guess. So I'm going to put this together tonight. Super easy, super crispy clean, because I'm not taking breaks probably or anything like that. So I'll be dropping that one tomorrow, which would be today for you guys, because you're obviously listening to this, which is fucking crazy. And then, dude, the next one, the big one, Granny's Garage, turns 21. And that'll be next Thursday, which is the 14th. So this is going to be fucking crazy, bro. It's the 21st birthday of Granny's Garage. There's been 21 episodes. We're legally allowed to drink now on the podcast, so I'm going to go ahead and say it. So, might get a little crazy. I know I talked to Rachel already, and she said she's planning on getting fucked up. So, might get a little sloppy on Granny's Garage 21. Be ready for that. I'll try and keep it together as good as I can, man, but it's going to be a party. And to top it all off, I'm pretty sure, going to go 80% sure Shay's going to be there, dude. The return of Shay. She was one of the original members of Granny's Garage from her and Rachel's podcast, Decomp. And she just started school and stuff like that, and she wasn't able to make it most of the time, so it ended up just being me and Rachel. But, dude, when Shay's on the pod, trust me, it is 100% over with. It is going to get crazy on Granny's Garage 21, dropping on the 14th. And then, I'll just kind of run through these real quick. We got Taylor Brazzi coming up after that. Taylor Webster, my friend, used to work with at Boomer Jacks. And she is cool as shit. And from what I gather, I haven't really ever gotten to sit down and talk with her much, but from what I gather, she's had a pretty wild life. So, pretty interested to hear that. I'm also pretty excited to kind of get back to just doing a Detours episode where I sit down with somebody and get their story, like all these little detours that led them to be talking to me, you know, like that's the original premise of this thing. But because it is also the life of Detours, we have done all kinds of crazy episodes lately, and it's a lot of scheduling stuff, just like what I just told you about with James and Tatum. It's just like shit just sometimes doesn't work out, man. It doesn't matter whose fault it is or what, but it's something I got to take care of, bro. So that's what we're dealing with over here. And then on the 28th, we'll be dropping a Christmas episode. That one I'm going to kind of do on the fly because I'm going to be seeing so many people in that time. it's kind of just going to be who I can get sat down and who wants to fucking get down with me, dude. So we'll see how it goes. If that doesn't work out, we can always sub somebody in. I do have a couple of different ideas for people that, if that doesn't work out, would be really good for a Christmas episode. So my buddy Chandler is one of them. I might try and talk Chase Cooper back into it, a couple other people. Maybe even a Jeff Groff, bro. I haven't seen him in a hot minute. You guys haven't seen him in a hot minute. So we got some options here. And then so that will take us to the end of December, which is 6. We're fucking a month scheduled out here, bro. Which never happens. We'll see how it fucking works. It might not even work. We'll see. But going into 2024, dude, we will have the New Year's episode of Granny's Garage straight after the Christmas episode. And I'm going to go ahead and say it'll probably get a little crazy on that one too, man. Because, I mean, it's the fucking New Year's episode. And I'm pretty sure New Year's is like right in the middle of the week. I think it's like a Tuesday or something, right? I don't know. Can I look on here and see? I've never really used this for that. Oh, nice. Okay, yeah, I can use it for that. Oh, yeah. So, oh, wow. New Year's Eve is a Sunday going into a Monday, which I am off on. We actually record Granny's Garage on Monday, so it'll be the first day of the new year that we record this. And I'm off Monday and Tuesday. And I think by that time, hopefully Rachel won't have her son and stuff, so we can get a little wild just to celebrate a little bit, you know? But so that's going to be super duper fun. And then the fucking big one, the one that I've been waiting two and a half, or how long have I been doing the podcast? 2 years almost. Since before I even knew I was doing a podcast, I was planning on talking to this guy. I swear to God, like, this is the guy, Mr. Blaine Fuentes, Rico Rax himself, dude. Fresh out of the clink, dude. It's going to get crazy. Like, I don't even know where we're going to take it, but he has a lot of new music that he's working on and stuff. And, like, dude, it's, like, there's so much. Like, this internet, like, it could be 3-4 hours, dude. I don't even care. Because it's going to be so dense. This is such an interesting guy with so much going on and so many things that have happened just in the last couple of years to him. I mean, like, he's got a story to tell. So, we're going to get that. And that will be dropping on the 11th, 1/11/24. And then, my boy Clado. These could be in vice versa order, by the way, depending on timing of people's stuff coming out and stuff like that. Because Clado, my boy Clay Adams up in Conway, is also an artist. He's a DJ. Pretty sick, by the way. If you haven't heard of Clado, go check him out. I'm pretty sure he's got most of his stuff up on SoundCloud. And he's just a cool dude, man. He's one of the first people that actually I experienced EDM with, I guess. He was there for whenever I started kind of listening to EDM. And I remember there was a time we were at a party at my house. I had thrown some little party at the house, probably just fucking after work at JJ's or something like that. Got like 10 people over or something. And we're all sitting there listening to music, and like it's all random stuff. Like, and it's like, you know, it's going from rap, rock, country. Like, it's fucking all over the place, just like my music always is. And this song comes on, and it's the wubbiest, like craziest shit with like the wildest visuals, and everybody stops what they're doing. There's like beer pong going on over here. There's people like sitting mulling around on the couch. There's blunts going around probably and stuff. And everybody just stops, gets glued on this TV, and at some point somebody's like, what the hell is this? And Clay just pops up. It's Dragon Hawks by Liquid Stranger, and he's like, the drop's about to happen right now, and it fucking hit everybody, and we're like, whoa, dude. Like, then I remember, like, I would ride around with him in his car, and he would literally, like, replay drops, and, like, he would go back to the exact, like, seconds that it was about to go down. He'd get, like, the perfect build and stuff, because he was, like, studying the music. And so, this dude's awesome. I need to find out more about what he has going on, and that's what this episode's going to be, and I'm very excited about that. So, you guys just be ready for that. It's going to be super duper dope. And then after that, I have this one down. I'm pretty sure we're going to get this one. It's my boy Chris Johnson. He runs the Passion podcast for, he interviews these artists that are running all these like crazy, awesome passion projects, and like what their motivation is and what, like, why they're doing these things. And I'm going to go through and I'm going to listen to a lot more. I'm actually going to do my research on this one, because this is actually another podcaster, like somebody that is in the business that I'm in that I could actually learn something from, possibly. So I'm going to take that one pretty serious. That's going to be a serious interview from a fucking seriously cool dude, just from what I can see from his Instagram and stuff and the interactions that I've had with him. He's one of the only podcasters that I've ever reached out to that has reached back and fucking helped me out quite a bit, actually. So thank you, Chris, and I'm very excited to talk to you, man. So that's actually the plan. I got a couple more on here that I'm thinking about doing. I really want to get my boy Flemons on. Sammy, if you're listening right now, you are still definitely on my mind after the Friday the 13th episode with Zach. That's Sammy. She's good and groovy on Instagram and all that. And she's got a lot going on, too. So I need to get hers. My boy Paul Ross, the guy that helped me format the book and build the book, and he built my website and stuff like that. Like, this guy was there from the beginning of the Book of Oaths and shit, and it's long past due that we have him on here. He's just been fucking all over the place. I texted him to ask to, like, talk to him about the pod, and he's like, yeah, I'm about to get married. I live in Kentucky now. I was like, what, bro? Like, what? All right, well, now we have some shit to talk about, I guess, so that works out. Let me knock this thing off of here. Somebody else do that when they burn incense? Like, do y'all purposely knock the ash off there, or do y'all just let it burn? Leave your answer in the comments if you're fucking listening. I don't know. That'll be my poll for this episode. That's actually a pretty good one. I should probably write that down. Put it somewhere up here in the vault, you know? Might even get it done one time. But yeah, so that's what's going on with the podcast, bro. But, like, there's just kind of been a lot going on over here just in life in general. I mean, I went to go get beer a minute ago for this podcast, and I was driving. I went to go leave my apartment complex, and this dude was fucking like halfway parked into a parking spot. And so I'm like driving up, and so I like kind of go slowly around. I'm like, I don't know if you're pulling out, if you're backing in, or what. His lights are on and shit, and he's clearly in there. And so I go past him, and then he immediately skirts out and fucking goes and parks in my parking spot, which is behind Kristen's car, which would have blocked her in, you know. And it's like right by the fucking stairs to my place, and this dude's acting kind of sketchy. So all I do is I just pull out to the front like lobby thing, and I pull back in, and I like pull right up on him, and like his lights are on, like I can see him perfectly, and I just put on my blinker like I'm gonna park where the fuck you're parked, like you need to move that car, dude. So he left. I don't know what his deal was, but he was being super weird, bro. I don't know. Was I weird for that? I don't know. But, yeah. And then I was also driving down there, and I just had this dumb thought. I thought it could turn into some kind of like a stand-up bit or something like that. But, like, do you ever be driving and these fucking, like, somebody is literally just keeping pace with you, and, like, you're not keeping a steady pace. Like, I'm going, you know, I'm anywhere from, like, 45 to 35 to 55, you know what I mean? And they're fucking right there, dude. And I'm just like looking over I'm like, do I know you or something? Like, are you trying to figure out if you know, like, you want to talk about this or something? Like, you're being super weird right now, and I don't like driving next to people. It kind of freaks me out. So can you fuck off? You know? So, I don't know. That's what I deal with. This is what's going through my brain a lot of the time. So, yeah. Yeah, I didn't really have much of a plan, honestly, for this podcast. I just knew that I needed to get on here and talk to you guys. It has been a while. I don't know if I've been on here since I've talked about, since I've talked about on other podcasts of mine about me driving the fucking bus for Boomer Jacks, dude. It's like the chillest gig in the whole world, dude. So, like, say there's a Cowboys game, or we did it for the Rangers games. We did it for the Texas and Oklahoma State game and a few other things. And all I do is 2 hours before the game, people pay $50 in there. They get to park, and then the shuttle's free. So they just hop on the shuttle. I got a little tip jar and shit, and they just got me some signs to say, like, you should tip your driver and all this stuff, you know, $3 to $5 a person or whatever the hell. But it's like the coolest gig ever, except for the fucking cops, bro. Like, dude, every single time you go down to that stadium, something's different. Like, you can't park here. You can't park here. You can't even use this entire street now. Or, like, you got to go all the way around here, and then now we can park you at the back, but then the next time I come in, they're like, we shouldn't be parking people at the back. We should move you to the front. I'm like, guys, can we fucking please get this together? And, like, I've been doing it for a couple of months now, and I know my route pretty good. So this last time, I went to pull out, like, across Collins Street. Y'all probably aren't going to know anything about where the hell I'm talking about. So I went to pull across Collins Street, which is right across from the stadium, and there's a cop fucking directing traffic. Never seen one in this spot before, and he's just pushing everybody to the right. He's like, everybody's got to go right. Everybody's got to go right. Like, nobody can come through here. And so I, like, pull up, and I'm like, I got to go straight. And he's like, nah, man, we can't let people through here right now. And, like, I'm looking over at the parking lot that I'm supposed to go to, which is right across the street. I can see it. Like, I can taste it. It's right fucking there. All I got to do is park, and there's people waiting right there. So, and then whenever you take a right, you got to fucking take, like, a whole half mile down that way to turn around and do the exact same thing. And so I just... And so, to put this in context for you, at a half a mile after a football game where there's 80,000 people probably, like, rushing out of this fucking place, a half a mile is like 20 minutes at least, dude. That's if there's not a whole bunch of traffic. It's just insane. And that's not even going all the way around and back through the back streets and shit again to get back there. God forbid you just try to go down the main street. That's just 45 minutes no matter what you do. And it's stressful. So I like to move. Like, if I'm driving, I'm just going to keep moving. Also, I'm a little sniffly, guys, by the way, if you hadn't caught on yet. Yeah, so what I started telling people, like, I know my route pretty good, so I'm like, if you are looking across the street, right, you can see this bank. There's a little dirt fucking park, like a dirt lot across the street from that bank. If you can get across that crosswalk to that spot, there's a dirt lot there. There's usually a cop car parked right there with nobody in it. It's just there to hold space and, like, have the lights on, I guess. And if you'll just stand fairly close to that, I'll drive by. I'll just open the door. You guys hop on. We won't even have to stop. That sounds like a pretty good plan to me. I got probably, 20 out of 30 people that I was supposed to get just by doing that. And so that's how you fucking deal with a problem, okay? And that's why they hired me to do the job, because I fucking get shit done, So there's that. Yeah, it's super fun, man. Like, I just do 2 hours before the game, and then I do, like, an hour and a half to 2 hours after the game, depending on if I show up, there's nobody there, I'm just going to go back and I'm going to put the bus up, And I give everybody my phone number whenever they get off the bus, so if they don't call, like, if I don't get a call for, like, 30 minutes and there's nobody down there, I'm pretty sure everybody's either walked back, got an Uber, or they've gotten on the bus. So I'm trying to dip out of there because I already got paid because I get tips from them, so if I don't get anybody else on the bus, I'm not getting paid anymore. So I'm going to go ahead and get the fuck out of here, So, yeah. And then there's, just bartending. Been doing that. I mean, just as much as that, I guess. There's been a lot of fucking events down there at the stadium here lately with the Cowboys, and then, the Rangers were in the World Series and fucking won that thing, bro. The 1 year, I don't want to brag, but the 1 year that I drove people to and from the Rangers Stadium, they won a World Series. So, am I magic, or is it just a lucky coincidence, man? Probably a little bit of both. Yeah. Yeah, but so, I mean, just doing that, and then, bartending. I finally I don't know why I never asked. I probably could have asked, like, whenever I first started working there. I started working at Boomer Jacks, like, 3 years ago. And I have worked on concrete floors with no mats or anything for 3 years. My feet have just hated me, completely fucking hated me. And I asked him for mats, like, 2 weeks ago, and he was like, yeah, we'll get some mats. I was like, fucking what, dude? I could have just asked the whole time. The only question they asked was, like, who's going to clean them? I was like, I don't give a fuck. I'll clean them. And so they're like, well, we can't just say you clean them because what if you're not here? So now it's like a Thursday cleaning duty, I think, which I work Thursdays. So I'll do it, and I'll get it done, man, because I don't want my feet to hurt anymore. And it has immediately helped so much, it's crazy. Like, my feet don't hurt anymore, and so now everything that I've been compensating with is hurting, but it's also, like, getting better. Like, my ankles, I feel like, have been compensating for my bad feet for a long time, like fucking Bambi walking to the bathroom in the morning and shit because my feet are on fire. And so those are starting to, like, work themselves out and stuff, and, like, I think there's, like, a hip thing in my back. Like, I'm just getting old. Like, I'm just kind of creaky. So, but we're working on it. We're taking steps, and I also realized I'm not, like, totally knocking these Hey Dude shoes, but I have noticed whenever I wear the Hey Dudes, my foot pain immediately comes back. And there was one night whenever I was wearing them, and Mom was up here, and she was like, it's probably those shoes, because, like, man, my fucking feet are just killing me right now. And so I swapped those out for my tennis shoes, and, like, immediately my feet felt better. And I was like, I wore those shoes for probably 2 years straight, like, almost every day. And the entire time my feet hurt. Never put it together that it was the fucking shoes, possibly. Also, walking around for, 7 to 12 to, 14 hours on just straight concrete definitely doesn't help either. So I think it's a mixture of things, and I'm working on fucking crossing them off the list, Mats, right here, done and done, checkity check that. Get rid of those fucking Hey Dudes, man, checkity check those. I'm also getting back into the gym, because it just helps with everything, dude. I went to the gym the other day, and I just did some on the treadmill and, like, an elliptical for a little bit, and then I did, like, some leg presses, and I did shoulders as well, but that has nothing to do with my feet. But, like, as I was working out, I just felt like my ankles just fucking unlocking, basically. Like, they just needed to be moved in a different way other than just walking, So I think that's going to help me out a lot. I think I should probably start doing, like, some skills training, like going out maybe with, like, take the soccer ball down the hill over there. There's some soccer fields down there, and, like, maybe running some agilities and stuff like that. So we're working on it. Of course, I figured all this out whenever it's going to be cold, but it was also way too hot in the summer to do it. Fucking like 105, 110, like every day. So, not looking forward to that. Oh, also, we have like 99% decided that we are going to stay here in DFW and not move away. So, we're not moving to Texarkana. That was the plan if we were going to move, because my sister has some land over there that we were thinking about buying and stuff like that. But we were kind of looking at the pros and cons of it, and yeah, the pro of I would have been closer to Mina and Conway, actually, as well, and Little Rock and everything like that. And Autumn, and I'd have family there. But really, other than that, I mean, Texarkana is not really the place, like, especially for, like, trying to do the podcast and stuff like that. I need to, be able to reach out and, like, have people around. And then also, like, there's so many parks and stuff here for OC, and, like, there's good schools, and, like, fucking there's everything here. Anything you could possibly want is here, other than the fact that I don't like living on top of people, So I'm thinking when we move out in March, we're planning on getting a house. Really thinking that's going to help us out and just kind of make me feel a little more homey here, because I've never truly felt like all that at home here in DFW. Even though this is where I've, like, built a family and shit like that, this just doesn't feel like, this is not where I'm from, and it's not even closely related to anywhere that I've ever lived. And I can't say that I fully dig everything about it, so I don't know. I think just having a home that I can go to that's not up a flight of fucking stairs and cramped, And this is a pretty big apartment, so I feel like I'm bitching. But, it's a fucking, it's what I'm going to try and get what I want, if I can. Broke out here. Not making any money off the podcast, but, guys. No. No, but, so hopefully, in the future, maybe I'll have the means to kind of take care even more of this stuff, but I'm going to do what I can with what I got, balling on a budget out here, and we're going to fucking do this, bro. So that's kind of the plan with that. I don't know where I was going with that. I feel like I had a plan there for a second, but I also smirked a little before I started, and I've only had an Angry Orchard and a half, so I think they do work. Tatum, you might be on to something, man. Well, but she drinks these and then she takes shots of Fireball. Ooh, man. I hate Fireball. Can't do Fireball. No. Ugh. But yeah, another thing actually that I was going to talk about was there's been a lot of, like, a good amount of, like, soul searching and stuff like that. Like, I've had a few moments here lately where I've just been kind of, like, trying to decide, if I am exactly who I want to be kind of shit, and, like, working on, like, I'm trying not to vape right now. That's a big one for me. because I did the No Vape November. I think I only hit one like once or twice or so, or a few times maybe. Like here and there, like I'd like go into Logan's room and be talking to him, and be like, "Hey, can I see what like that flavor is or whatever?" Like shit like that, just little shit. Like it wasn't a fucking huge deal. But there's just been a lot of stuff, and I've been talking to my buddy Zach a whole bunch. My buddy Zach, as you guys know, if you listen to the Friday the 13th episode, is just the most the most spiritually enlightened person that I know for sure. And he actually gave me this card, and it's pretty interesting. I'm actually gonna read this off to you guys, and I might actually end with this because this is a pretty interesting little piece here. So it's got this. It's a hexagon, but it's like the sacred geometry on the inside. I don't know what you call it because I'm not well versed in this stuff. But on the front here it says, "I creatively create my creations. I am brilliant, worthy, and oozing with star power." And then it goes out on the back, and it explains that for us. So let's get a little bit into it. So it says, "While thinking is generally healthy, too much thinking opens doors for resistance gremlins to come party in your brain, unleashing swarms of insecurity." Okay, so too much thinking opens doors for resistance gremlins to come party in your brain, unleashing swarms of insecurity, imposter syndrome, self-doubt, and excessive justification. Whoa. Overthinking leads to obstinate procrastination and obstruction of your magic and creativity. Fuck. Remember, you are composed of the same elements in infinite space, glimmering stars, snow-capped volcanoes, and seraphic waterfalls. You have a gift that only Source has, the power to create. The time you wasted trying to justify your creations is time you should be creating your creation. Stop fucking around. And that is a huge one because I think about this, like, just thinking about the podcast a lot is like, what the fuck am I doing? Like, it's not really getting me anything. It's not, I mean, but I feel like it just helps so much with my psyche, and it's so much fun. And it gives me that something that I like to do, you know, like a lot of people just don't have that in their life. And I think about this all the time because like I said, like with the scheduling and all this stuff that it goes into it, it can be a lot. It can be a lot of work, and it can really kind of go to your head sometimes. You're like, why am I fucking stressing myself out over something that's not monetarily or, you know, helping me? And then you just kind of got to think about it, you know, what you are getting from it, and be fucking grateful that you have it. You know, like I've been doing this for 2 years, and like, how the fuck is that even a thing? You know, like how is that possible? I've had, how many people have I had on here at this point? I used to have a guy for this. Like 60 people at least, I would say. I have at least 60 friends that I've fucking talked into this, dude. That's crazy. Or acquaintances at the very least, you know. I have 60 people that sat down and like agreed to sit down and talk with me. That's special, you know. I want to say 60. That sounds kind of high, but I mean, it's at least probably 40, 50. But I mean, that's huge, dude. That's an accomplishment in itself, whether they do numbers or anything like that. And fuck these numbers, bro. I mean, if you're listening right now, you're who I'm doing it for. And myself. So it's like, let's do this shit together, bro. And if you want to be on the podcast, just let me know. And I'll fucking get you on here, dude, because it's literally that easy. As you can see, I'm booked out for a little bit, hopefully, but we can make it work. So, you know, shit, hit up your boy. We'll get you on the pod, bro. Yeah. I think this first sentence is a very interesting one. So, too much thinking opens doors for resistance gremlins to come party in your brain, unleashing swarms of insecurity, imposter syndrome, self-doubt, and excessive justification. The excessive justification gets me. God dang it. Sorry, guys. I still got a little phlegm going on back here, and it's really kind of driving me crazy now. The excessive justification gets me because it's like I just said. Like, it's like I've thought about this so many times, and I still have to go through and think about it every once in a while and just be like, why are you doing this? Why are you doing this? Why are you doing this? And then I'm like, well, like all these reasons that I have, you know, like why are you asking again, bro? And it's me that I'm talking to. I'm like, dude, can you get your shit together? Because if you get your shit together, then I get my shit together because we're the same dude, bro. So leave me alone. But that's what stress is, dude. It's you not leaving you alone for no reason at all. And that's what we deal with every day. So if you're stressed out, leave yourself alone and have yourself a good time. Okay? And I think I'm actually going to leave you guys on that. I wanted to make this one pretty crisp and short because I do be putting out really long episodes, and I think you guys are going to like a little, little bite-sized piece here. So I'm going to get out of here. You guys be good. I'm going to play you a little bit of Granny's Garage music just so when the next one comes out, you go straight into the 21st episode with a little bit of Granny's Garage action inside of you.